It's down the road we go. Happy Thursday, the day before the weekend. It's the 14th day of March, 2019. I am Dan Kuntz. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Life Channel. Good show for you today. I don't normally promise a 5-star show today, but on Thursdays, we save those for Fridays. But today's going to be an exception because yesterday morning, Uriah, one of our top content producers, and myself, we paid a visit to Foothills Middle School. And we talked to 3 members of the Robotics team who have made it to the World Championships in their respective field. And they plan on going to Louisville, Kentucky at the end of next month. They got to raise the funds to get there. Talented kids, smart kids, great interview. You don't want to miss that. That's coming up in the second half of the program. It's Thursday. That means kennel cameos. So we got Tormund the cat. See if we can find Tormund at home. They actually filmed it at Firehouse Pet Shop a couple of days ago. That's always good. I had an interesting day yesterday after another 14-hour day here at the office. I ran some errands yesterday afternoon, and I thought I better wash my car because now we're done with the snow. There's no snow in the forecast. There's no rain in the forecast, and everybody's car is kind of dirty this time of year. So, and I haven't washed my car since like the Clinton administration. Every car wash that I went by was packed. But lines out the door, lines all the way into the street. A lot of people decided yesterday would be a good day to wash your car. Today would be a good day to wash your car. Yesterday's high, 46 degrees. When was the last time we got to 46 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley? I did the research for you. It was January 6th. January 6th was the last time we got up to 46 degrees. That's unbelievable. It was still below normal, though. Our normal high is supposed to be 53, so we were still 7 degrees below normal. So we're now at 43 consecutive days with our high temperature below normal. We had quite a bit of sunshine yesterday. Things have changed a little bit. I'll talk about that when we get to the weather forecast in just a couple minutes. News, sports, today in history, birthdays. Everyone is entitled to my opinion on his opinion. Kennel cameos. Today in history, I think we're ready to go. It's 2.5 minutes after the hour. Jessica is in control this morning. So Jessica, start pushing the buttons and let's take our tour around the north central Washington area and the Wenatchee Valley with our Valley View cameras. Whenever the cross camera is available to us, we go to it. That is the cross camera. It's a new camera, by the way. We put in, we had the original camera, and about 6-8 months ago, we got a brand new 4K camera, which has, 4 times the resolution as a regular high definition camera, and that's the one we put up there at the cross camera. Probably, maybe outside of Billy Goat, probably everybody's favorite shot is that. We're not at sunrise yet, by the way. We're still a few minutes away from that, but sun's starting to come up. You see the high clouds. What happened, there was an upstream frontal system. As this high pressure built up and gave us the sunshine, it's that high pressure ridge is just off the Pacific coast. It allowed just for a weak little frontal system to scour in a few clouds. Then the high pressure system built up, so now there's no place for the clouds to go. So we were hoping for quite a bit of sunshine. They're now saying it's going to be cloudy instead of sunny right into Saturday. Those details are coming up. Camera 2, Jessica, where are we going? We're going to see, that's the Arundel Rock camera with Turtle Rock dominant in the view. There was quite a bit of snow melt, especially if your yard or your property faced west or south. If it faced north or east, you didn't have so much snow melt yesterday. And it looks like we're not going to have a great deal of flooding issues because the warm-up is going to be just a gradual warm-up. No real big dramatic change like a 65 or 70 degree day to melt a bunch of snow. That's when you have problems. That doesn't look like it's going to be the case, and that's good news there. Camera 3. Jessica says, let's go see. Oh, she threw a loot. Oh, wait a minute here. Is that Steins? That's Kashmir. Okay, that's a beautiful view. I recognize Kashmir. I'm just trying to figure out what camera we were looking at. We have a bunch of cameras in the Kashmir area. Good morning, Kashmir. Good to have you. Oh, that's the Appalachians camera at a different angle. Wow, thank you. Thanks, Jessica. Good work there. And you can see the high clouds. So it's not low-hanging clouds. The clouds are high, but they're going to be blocking the sun for the most part for the next few days anyway. Camera 4, we wrap up our trip around the valley with, okay, wait a minute here. Birds flying, river flowing, Dan thinking, Dan give up. That's Rock Island again? How come I not know? Well, there's the golf course. Of course, it's right there. Jesus, it's covered in snow. That's depressing. I'm a golfer. I don't know when we're going to be able to go out and start whacking golf balls around. All the local golf courses that have those golf simulators so you can play golf indoors during inclement weather, they've been packed. They've been doing just buzzy business. But the golf courses themselves are just covered in snow, and they're going to stay that way for a while. Of course, it's also this late snow and this cold spring has just played havoc with the spring sports schedule for local high schools and middle schools. We'll talk about that when we get to sports. 5 minutes after the hour. Let's do your forecast from the National Weather Service. Yesterday at this time, it called for sunshine and temperatures in the lower 40s. They have changed their mind. They are allowed to do that. Now we're looking at clouds. Every day throughout the course of this forecast, there'll be some patchy freezing fog that will form in the overnight hours. The sun will come up. It'll burn the fog off, but it's not going to burn the clouds away. So mostly cloudy skies today. And a high of 39, mostly cloudy skies Friday, and a high of 41, and then 44. We should see sunshine on Sunday, and a high near 51. Now look ahead to Tuesday. 54 degrees, by far the warmest day of the year so far, and that is still 1 degree below normal. But we are eventually going to warm up. And those overnight lows, again, below normal across the board. So we were hoping for some sunshine for today, tomorrow, and Saturday. That's not going to happen. We'll have just some filtered sunshine here and there, and then lots of gooey good sunshine on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And, of course, Wednesday is the spring equinox, the first day of spring. That's your forecast. 7 minutes after the hour to the mountain passes we go. The good news, there are no advisories or restrictions on any of the major mountain passes. They're done with the snow for a while. The forecast calls for dry conditions. That's a live shot of I-90. No advisories, no restrictions. Roadway is bare and dry. Clear skies up above. Stevens Pass looking good, but this is important. They're going to do avalanche control work at noon today on Stevens Pass. There's a 6-mile stretch of roadway right at the summit. They're going to shut down in all directions at noon, and they're going to, fire those cannons into the hillside, loosen up the snow, let it come down and clean it up. So avalanche control work, as far as how long the pass is closed, is entirely dependent on how much snow comes down. That's a live shot of Blewett, by the way. No advisories, no restrictions there. And there's no snow in the forecast. Things are going to be fine. In fact, quite a bit of sunshine and mild temperatures in the mountain passes. Back to Stevens Pass, again, at noon today, they're going to close the pass down to both directions. At the summit, they're going to be doing avalanche control work, and it depends entirely on how much snow comes down and how much snow they got to clean up. It could be a half an hour, it could be 2 hours. We don't know. So heads up, Stevens Pass will be closed starting at noon today for avalanche control work. If you want to go now, though, the conditions are mighty fine indeed. All right, that's your tour around the valley, your passes and your forecast. We'll take a quick break at 8 minutes after the hour and come back with the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 1 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
I got into medicine because I love it. I have always had this love of the ideal of the family medical provider. I really, really enjoy those kind of visits where it's not a specific problem so much as it is talking about ways to live a healthier, happier life. I'm excited to play a role in the health and wellness of everyone in the Wenatchee Valley. I look forward to seeing you at CVCH.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special. Welcome back. 10 minutes after the hour on this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz. We have high clouds and 25 degrees, mostly cloudy skies with some filtered sunshine until we get to Sunday, and then the sun will be back. Temperatures below normal, but not real cold like it has been. Here's what's making headlines on this Thursday. After a rough day on Tuesday, Rayanna Rosenberg, she's that 6-year-old girl who fell into Rock Island, into a pond near Rock Island a few weeks back. She seems to be doing, well, better anyway, bouncing back. Sean Ballard of Ballard Ambulance says the 6-year-old coded on Tuesday. That meant an emergency team at Seattle Children's Hospital had to stabilize her heart and lungs, and then she was rushed into surgery. That was Tuesday, but Wednesday, her mother, Becca Shelton, said she has improved significantly. That's good news. Rayanna spent about 20 minutes in the pond on February 21st before being rescued and brought back to life. President Trump signed into law a package of over 120 bills that provides new protections on public lands and natural resources. It was bipartisan legislation co-sponsored by Democratic Senator Maria Cantwell and Alaska Republican Lisa Murkowski. It permanently protects the headwaters of the Methow River by prohibiting mining in 340,000 acres of the Okanagan and Wenatchee National Forest. The act also designated 1.5 million acres along Interstate 90 to create the Northwest's first National Heritage Area. It goes from Seattle to Ellensburg. It also improves wildfire fighting technology, in part by calling on new drones and tracking systems. Well, Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Administrator Darcy Christopherson was my guest on yesterday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, and she announced the Grand Marshal for the Stimilk Growers Grand Parade, the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, and she told me they decided to honor the creator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, Susan Wagner.
We have been in contact with Susan Wagner, who is the originator of the Apple Blossom Festival's family. And we will be honoring her two great-grandchildren for our Grand Marshals. So we'll be flying David Wright and his wife Diane, and then Mark Farnman. They each have, Susan Wagner had two daughters. So one comes from one daughter and one comes from the other daughter. So they're cousins, and we'll be flying them from New Zealand. And they will be here for 5 days, and we'll honor them at the All-Service Club Luncheon, the Festival Ball, and of course the Stimilk Growers Grand Parade. So we are pumped. We're super excited.
The Ladies Musical Club produced and put on the very first Apple Blossom Festival back in 1920. It was called Blossom Days back then. It was a one-day event. Everything was held at Memorial Park. They had songs, speeches, they danced around a maypole, and they played a little baseball. Well, the Washington State Senate has joined the Washington State House of Representatives and have approved legislation that would allow our state to stay on daylight saving time all year round. Senate Bill 5139. It gives states like ours the ability to make the time change effective on the second Sunday of March each year. But, of course, this still needs to be approved by Congress. During public hearings on the proposed legislation, Senator Jim Honeyford of Sunnyside and experts, they pointed out the benefits of daylight saving time, such as positive impacts on students, overall health, commerce, public safety. The Senate bill passed 46-3. The House vote, which was on Saturday, passed 89-7. Inventory remains low. Median prices pretty steady, and they're still pretty high. That's the latest word from Pacific Appraisal and Associates. The real estate snapshot for February was released yesterday afternoon for the Wenatchee market. Active home listings in the Wenatchee area for the month of February was at 111. That's down 14% from last month and 10% from last year when active home listings was at 123. The median sales price of a home continues to rise in the Wenatchee market, $338,000. That's a 10% increase over last year's median price of a little over $306,000. Good news is that the average sales price of a home has remained steady, somewhere between $346,000 to $348,000 in the last year. And finally, as you know, all week long, we've been taking little snippets of the latest edition of the NCW Life Channel magazine. The topic is the Chelan County Drug Court, and here's another highlight from that award-winning program.
So proud of you. 6 months, dude. That's
Not all
fantastic.
judges do it the same way, so some judges will step down, some judges won't wear their robe. I wear my robe and I step down off the bench because it is not the adversarial process that the regular criminal court is, and we don't want them to feel that way. There needs to be some authority there, and so they need to know the judge makes the final decision about what happens. And that's important, but at the same time, a lot of the folks that are, all the folks that are in drug court have not had good experiences in court. It is not a positive thing for them to be in court typically. And so it's a very different experience for them to come in and have everybody asking how they're doing and caring about how their week went.
I'd like to see some sort of essay or something about a better way that you could have handled that, because there may be something that comes up like that again, and it seems to me that just not doing it because you're not going to be able to do all of it and are feeling overwhelmed is probably not the best decision.
And I don't know for certain, but it seems to me that they worry more about letting us down than actually what sanction they're going to get. Because they're used to doing jail time, and they know that can happen. And sometimes the sanctions, we try to get more creative with the sanctions, and it can actually be more challenging than sitting in the jail. For example, one of the sanctions that we've given and has been, I think, pretty effective is making the person sitting on the criminal calendar for the whole day and sit and watch everybody else get sentenced and have their hearings. And that seems to have had a good impact on our participants that are getting sanctioned. It's a different but more positive atmosphere.
Some of the things that we learned at the National Drug Court Association, we learned that 75% of the participants that graduate from drug court do not reoffend. And so I'm looking forward to having enough participants and having a length of time where we can start to gather those statistics and see the impact that this really is having. I can see just in the participants that we have right now, there's a few of them that we've known for a long time, and just the difference in this short period of time watching their recovery program and how their lives they're changing in lieu of how they were before in a traditional setting.
If you would have met me 6 months ago, I don't think you wouldn't be interviewing me right now. But I don't have everything that everyone wants or whatever, but I have an amazing life today, and the big drug court's a big part of that.
Good stuff from Caitlin Hedder-Sheet, one of our best producers, and you can watch that entire episode, by the way, at your leisure. It's well worth a half an hour, trust me on that, by going to our website at ncwlife.com. It's a pretty good website. Check it out, ncwlife.com. It's also a tool you can use to get a hold of us. Yeah, go to our website. You'll see the Contact Us button on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Push on it. Fill out the form. Push send. We get it. We'd love to hear from you. You can also say hi via our Facebook page. Just message us. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call. You can send us an email, news at ncwlife.com. This is as much your station as it is ours. We'd love to hear from our viewers, and we'd love it if you check out the news with Grant Olson. Grant handles the news. He also is a pretty good guy with the weather. Eric Granstrom in the sports desk. The news at 5, 6, and 10. 5, 6, and 10 right here on this very television station. Is also available for you to watch on demand at ncwlife.com. 18 minutes after the hour, a few high clouds, 25 degrees. Mostly cloudy today. Sorry, kids. Highs will be in the upper 30s. We're going to take a break and come back and do sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
Welcome back. 20 minutes after the hour on this Thursday. Let's do sports. There's just one game that has survived the snow schedule upheaval, and that's going to be a Wenatchee C team in soccer. They're going to take on Pateros, the varsity Pateros team, at Leibofte Field at the Apple Bowl tonight at 6 o'clock. If it's any other event outside of soccer, about the only thing they can play right now is soccer, and the only place they can play it at is Leibofte Field at the Apple Bowl. All the other soccer and softball and tennis are outdoor sports that was supposed to be held today has either been postponed or canceled altogether, but of course it's still hockey season. Wenatchee Wild continue preparing for their next step in their chase for the Fred Page Cup. They want to keep Freddie right here in the big city. Wenatchee hosts Cowichan Valley, second round of the BCHL playoffs. Game 1 tomorrow, Game 2 Saturday. The two teams played only twice during their regular season. Wenatchee won at home 8-1 and on the road 4-3. In overtime, our good friend Art Checker will be my guest tomorrow to talk Wild hockey. We'll preview the series right here tomorrow in Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Speaking of the Wild, of course, it's Thursday. That means hockey night. And we're going to feature last Sunday's Game 6 between Wenatchee and West Kelowna. That was that must-win game for the Wild after they fell behind the series 3-2. Art Checker with some highlights on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.
Bangs it down low for Souter. Souter up high to Sasaki. He shoots, save, rebound, score! Lucas Souter tapping home the rebound. The high rising shot. Hopkins stopped it initially, but as the rebound fell in front, Lucas Souter was right there to tap it home. Oh, a shot and a score right off the draw. They won it back to head over to Chorney, and Chorney unloaded from the midpoint. Now played by Arnold as he stole it away. He's in behind, 2-on-1. Gashevsky shoots and he scores! And off the draw, slapped at by Adams, rolls behind, and then driven ahead, and there's a breakaway pass for Cullen. He shoots and he scores. Oh, wait, no, says the referee. The ref says no. Puck shoveled along the near boards, played by Stratton, along for Souter. Souter over to Reifenberger, into the empty net. And there will be hockey. Oh, there's Cullen going to come and run in on the celebration.
Yes, a little teaser for you. You can watch the game in its entirety tonight at 7 o'clock on your exclusive television home for Wenatchee Wild Hockey and SS, the NCAA Life Channel. Well, the Mariners were rained out Tuesday. They didn't get any baseball in, but they did get baseball in last night. Cactus League taking on the Giants in Peoria. Seattle came out on top 8-4. Mariners breaking open a tie game in the bottom of the seventh with 4 runs, highlighted by Braden Bishop's 2-run double.
Braden Bishop at the plate. Chance for the Mariners to open this one up a little bit more. This is clocked down the left field line. Fair ball by Plenty. This has been some kind of Cactus League for Braden Bishop. And it just continues tonight. 7-4 Mariners.
I know that there's been a couple of injuries, but he has really played well. You mentioned it, Aaron. And I think because of the injuries, he's earned his way onto this team. And with the way that he has played, another solid line drive down into the corner. That's after a couple of drop-down sliders and that fastball trying to get it on his hands, but able to shorten up the swing and get the barrel to it.
Bishop's going to be in the 30-man roster that hops on an airplane and flies from SeaTac to Tokyo today. And then next Saturday in the Tokyo Dome, they'll have an exhibition game against the Yomiuri Giants. It'll be at 8:05, and they'll spend all of next week in Japan when they open up the regular season next Wednesday and Thursday against Oakland in Japan. Washington State Cougars were knocked out of the Pac-12 tournament yesterday. Look at that score. Oregon over the Cougars 84-51. That's the most lopsided result in the history of the Pac-12 tournament. Southern Cal, they also advanced to today's quarterfinal. They'll take on the Huskies. Huskies and Trojans tip it up at noon. You can watch it on the Pac-12 network. Earl Thomas, we knew this was coming. He's no longer a Seahawk. It's official. According to a report, he has agreed to terms to become a Baltimore Raven. He signed a 4-year contract worth $55 million, $32 million of which is guaranteed. That you see is his Twitter account when he said, "Thank you, Seattle, for the love and memories that my family and I will never forget." There's other Seahawk news, by the way. The team has apparently reached an agreement to sign free agent kicker Jason Myers to a 4-year contract. Myers was in camp last year. He and Sebastian Janikowski battled for the kicking job. They released him halfway through camp, so he went on to the Jets, and then he became a Pro Bowler. He went 33 for 36, including 6 of 7 from 50 yards or more. So Sebastian Janikowski out, Jason Myers in. And that's just some of the games that people are playing on this Thursday, 25 minutes after the hour. Hey, it's March 14th. It's 3.141529, blah, blah, blah. It's Pi Day, your obscure holiday. There you go. It's a day to celebrate pi, both the mathematical equation into eat pie because it's March 14th, 3/14. So if you live in a country that does by the month, day, year format like we do, it would be Pi Day. I like pie. I don't understand the mathematical pie. I really understand the edible kind of pie. Enjoy pie today. By the way, this holiday is now officially 31 years old. Physicist Larry Shaw was the one who founded Pi Day back in 1988. Happy Pi Day today. Celebrate by eating pie or a calculator, one of the two. All right, let's do today in history. Good day for Mark Antony. Very good day for Mark Antony. Casca and Cassius, they got together, that night before. They said, okay, we're going to assassinate Julius Caesar. We've had it with Jerry. He's out. What are we going to do about Mark Antony? Mark Antony was a general, of course, in Caesar's army. He was his best friend, his most trusted advisor. Do we assassinate Mark Antony as well? And they got together. Casca and Cassius said, nah, we'll let him live. Of course, Mark Antony tried to warn Caesar of the impending assassination, and Caesar didn't pay any attention to him. Not real smart on Jerry's part. That happened on this date 2,063 years ago. And 116 years ago, there you go, there's the Panama Canal. The Hay-Herran Treaty was ratified by the United States Senate, and then it went to the Senate of Colombia. Remember, the country of Panama didn't exist. Where the Panama Canal is now was part of the country of Colombia. And so the United States Senate ratified the treaty so we could build the big ditch, and they sent it down to Colombia, and they said, no. Nah, I don't want to do it. Sorry. So what do? We just created a revolution. We just said, okay, well, we'll just create the country of Panama. The folks were happy there. But, if you're going to build a ditch on somebody else's property, you need their permission. So basically they gave a bunch of political and military support to a bunch of people, and the country of Panama came into being, and eventually the Panama Canal. And then we did the right thing in the 70s and gave it back to them, because that's not the way you're supposed to do business in this world. And finally, let's do birthdays. Albert Einstein. You may have heard of this guy. Really smart dude. Born in 1879, passed away in 1955 at the age of 76. He was an international celebrity of such renown that when he would be walking down the streets of New York City or any other metropolitan area in America, he would be constantly stopped by people who wanted him to explain his theory of relativity, and he finally figured out a way to do it. He just said, I'm sorry, I'm not Albert Einstein. I look a lot like him. People mistake me for Albert Einstein all the time. Not a bad idea. Albert Einstein, born in the state in 1879. You may not know who Lee Hayes is, but I do. Lee Hayes sang baritone and bass with the Weavers, my all-time favorite folk group. He wrote or co-wrote Wasn't That a Time, If I Had a Hammer, Kisses Sweeter Than Wine. Lee Hayes, one of the four legendary Weavers. The folk group was born in the state in 1914, died of diabetes at the age of 67 back in 1981. Quincy Jones celebrates a birthday today. He's 86, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, class of 1983. A record 79 Grammy nominations, 28 Grammy Awards. He also graduated from Garfield High School with the class of 1951 with my mom, who also would have been 86 years old today. Wardell Stephen Curry. That's right, his real name is Wardell. There's Wardell. Everyone knows him as Stephen Curry. He's 31 years old today. NBA Most Valuable Player twice, six-time All-Star, considered by many the greatest three-point shooter of all time. He revolutionized basketball because he could make a basket from anywhere. He could go past half court and just do a jump shot and swish every time. Stephen Curry, one of the best basketball players living, is 31 years old today. And Simone Biles, the American gymnast. She has a whole closet full of gold medals. One of the highlights, most recent Olympics, Simone Biles is 22 years old today. All right, bottom of the hour. Going to take a break. Mike Magnotti and his opinion coming up in just a little bit. And my conversation with three members of the Foothills Middle School Robotics team. We filmed this in their classroom yesterday. You're going to love that conversation. But first things first, it's Kennel Cameos. Let's see if we can get Tormund the cat a home. It's Kennel Cameos.
Hey, Megan McPherson here with the NCW Life Channel. We are here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and this week we are at Firehouse Pet Shop, and our pet of the week this week is Tormund. Can you tell us about Tormund?
So Tormund is
He is a great cat. He's about 2 years old. He is playful as a kitten. He loves to play. He loves all toys that we've found so far. But he's also a lap cat. He's pretty snuggly. In traditional cat fashion, though, he does let you know when he is done being loved or when he wants more. So he'll probably kind of be best in a home that doesn't have small children.
Okay. And how does he get along with other cats?
Well, so far, if you've ever been to Firehouse before, I know you have, but maybe some of the viewers haven't.
Are you done?
They have a resident cat named Mr. Tormund, and at first Tormund and Tormund growled a little bit, but now they're long, fast best friends. They snuggle together, so I think slowly introducing him to a resident cat would probably be okay. I'm not sure about dogs. Yeah, I think overall he'd probably be best in a quieter home with older children or adults only. And somebody who just wants a cat that's going to hang out with them and play with them when he wants to and just be a good sidekick for you.
All right, and if someone wants to adopt him, what should they do?
Well, they should come down to Firehouse. He is in their search and rescue room, which is in the back, located in the back of the store. Get to know him, see if he's a good fit for them, and then they can come down to the shelter, fill out his adoption paperwork, and take him home.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Hey everyone, so today I'm tackling Medical Assistant Ninja, trying to get that next level career. Man, this dead-end job is holding me back. Decision time, I'm going Charter College. Now I'm a medical assistant student. Rocking it? Yeah, earned the President's Award. Score! Took my career to the next level. Hey, I can level up to Medical Assistant Ninja, so can you. Get on it.
Hi, I'm Clayton Walker, General Manager at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Wenatchee, and I'd like to invite everyone to the dealership to see how easy it is to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle at your local dealership.
And I'm Mick Fabian, General Sales Manager, and we currently have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot to choose from, including the 2019 Motor Trend Truck and SUV of the Year.
So come on down to town and let us earn your business in 2019 at 1001 North Miller Street in Wenatchee.
Attention, attention, Wenatchee Valley. Collins BOGO sale is here. Yahoo! It's our annual buy one red tag sale clothing item and get one free. That's right, buy one, get one free on all our red tag clothing items. We have vests, sweaters, jackets, tees, blouses, dresses, leggings, slacks, jeans, pajamas, etc., etc. Wonderful quality at fantastic prices. Come in and see our new spring goodies too. All at Collins BOGO sale where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck. You would load up your stuff. You would rent a storage unit. You would transport it. And finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you. We drop it off. Then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
The Cottage Inn has been a Wenatchee Valley landmark since 1940, making it one of the longest-running locally owned restaurants around. And it's better than ever. Steak, seafood, and their famous homemade desserts for dinner, wonderful lunch items, and breakfast on Sundays, all made from scratch and at an affordable price. It's no wonder the Cottage Inn has been so popular for over 75 years. Enjoy a fabulous meal today at the Cottage Inn on Easy Street in Old Station.
This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, would you like to know one of the best kept secrets of our fair community? It's our extensive program of live theater. Of course, now this isn't a secret for some of us, but for many others in our community, they just aren't aware of this regular schedule of high-quality live theater that's available right here in Wenatchee. The Full Circle Theater Company, relatively a new group, has put on 3 annual shows over the past 3 years. The Mission Creek Players, they've been around for years. They also do an annual live production. Amusement Theater of Wenatchee, the group I'm generally connected with, they do no less than 3 or 4 shows a year. Check these group out and attend a live theater performance. Trust me, you'll thank me. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
This is Kerry Condata from the 12th District. We are going in session with direct reports from your legislators in Olympia. We'll get the straight story every week. We'll add the national, state, and local news and have it all wrapped up for you right here on the 12th District. Check it out.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. I occasionally step away from the studio, go out and about, and interview kids who are smarter than I am. There are a lot of kids who are smarter than I am. But the 3 that are sitting to my immediate left are really smart, so smart that hopefully, if we get enough money, they're going to Louisville, Kentucky for the World Robotics Championship the last few days in April. Kids, introduce yourselves to our audience. You go first.
I'm Kaden Cummings.
I'm Rylan Nelson. I'm Miranda Nyack.
And well, first of all, welcome to the program. You're no stranger because we did a feature on you guys last year, and you were a part of it, weren't you? So before we go any further, what's in front of us here? What are we looking at? Anybody answer that question?
We have 2 robots that I guess what we do is we work together to try and score as many of the orange and gold hubs into the scoring zone.
One of these is named. What are the names?
So this is your robot Harry, and this is Joe Jr.
You're a robot Harry and Joe Jr. Where do those names come from?
This one is my team's robot. We named it Harry
Uh-huh.
because everyone on my team loves Harry Potter.
Okay.
So
And the other, you just had to give something a name then.
we also named their team's robot Joe after this.
Some guy named Joe, apparently.
Yeah.
Did you build these?
Yeah.
Build it from scratch?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get the parts? Do you go online, or do they say, here's your kit and you build it, or you're on your own on that?
Well, they provide us with our parts.
Okay, but you got to build it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have, this is the way it puts together, or do you can you be creative in the construction of your robots?
It's free. You just have to do it yourself. There's
Okay.
like no really instructions. So
When you go to competition, and by the way, they're good, and we'll talk about that in a minute, did you see other robots similar to yours, or is everybody's robot completely different?
there weren't many similar to ours though, but there was a lot of other ones that were alike. So
Were there other robots from competition that you admired? You wish, boy, I wish I built that.
Yeah, there were these really cool robots that could pick up the hubs and just...
They have like mantis claws.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, it's like that, and then like...
They just
the,
grab
the two
two-
hubs, and they like go down, and then they grab those like two hubs right there.
And they can bring them over the blue zone and then score an extra 4 points really easily.
Really?
Mhm.
Why don't you just sabotage them? Like put a piece of gum in there or something. This is why I'm not doing this.
DQ.
Yeah. So you guys are going to, hopefully, again, thumbs up, you guys hopefully are going to the World Championships, which again is in Louisville at the end of April. How did you get this far? What did you win and how did you accomplish to get the shot to actually go to Louisville?
At the state competition, my team got an award for our STEM research project, which was this year the theme for all the STEM research projects was math. And so my team designed a house that would be good for living on Mars. So that's how we got qualified for Worlds.
Okay.
We got qualified by getting 3rd place in the entire tournament for...
That's good.
Yeah.
That's third. 3rd place. How many teams were competing?
Was it
32.
32?
32, and you got 3rd.
State.
Yes.
That's good. What's it like to be smart?
Nice.
You go first. What's it like to be smart?
Pretty nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
What about you?
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the other kids tease you because you're smart? Because I got that a lot. You know, when I was a kid, I got teased a lot because of my brilliance. Does that not happen much?
No.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, give us a little demonstration. Show us how this thing works.
Ready?
Either one of you.
Okay.
Give Harry a ride here.
Let's use...
Okay. So you have to pick it up and then move it and put it someplace else, right?
Yeah.
Well, Harry's not behaving very well today.
No. Yeah, our robot, we're working on improving it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's normally, again, these kids are better than that. Are those joysticks, are they really sensitive? Does it take a lot of practice to get it right to where you...
Sometimes, yeah, I guess, because like if you go full force, it's like high speed, I guess. But if you can like just barely pull it, I mean, you'll have more control of your robot, which is nice.
So you have to practice a lot, right?
Yeah.
When you guys were at state, were you nervous? I mean, was there like a lot of people there and everybody's watching you guys do your thing?
Yeah, it's kind of nerve-wracking.
It's
fun though, so.
Yeah, it's just, it gets kind of stressful when you like
Drop a gold hub.
Yeah, if you do anything and you mess up, then you get really stressed out because you see your name drop on the scoreboard or something. But
so is this just a points thing, or is there also judging involved? How does one accumulate points to finish in 3rd place? You want to tackle that one?
Well,
buddy?
so after we score, the judges they use their devices, and there's like an app so you can score, point them, and then they check with us, and then if it's right, then they add the points to the scoreboard.
Okay.
And other, I guess, awards that they give out for, like the robot is we have our engineering notebook, and what we do in that is we like we write down our design process and all of what we did to change our robot to make it better, and we give it to them, and they get to judge how well we did and stuff like that, and give us other awards.
Was that what I saw in the video that I looked at the other day? There's a YouTube video that you guys put together, and it had all kinds of weird mathematical calculations that just went right over my head. I can't balance my checkbook. Was that part of that stuff?
in the video, that might have been our STEM video.
That was your STEM video,
Yeah,
right. And we're going to take a break and show that STEM video real quick. Is that all right? Yeah. Okay.
Math is all around us in our daily lives, even if we don't realize it.
Hi, we are Team 98000B from Foothills Middle School in Wenatchee, Washington. And today we're going to take you to the future of math.
Even a decade from now, people are going to be exploring Mars. We were asked to solve a problem using math. The problem that we decided to tackle was that people are going to need a habitat on Mars. To start off our research, we decided to make a list of questions to determine the conditions on Mars.
So, what's the weather like on Mars?
Mars has lots of harmful radiation that can kill and injure humans. The average temperature on Mars ranges from -80 degrees to 70 degrees. Dust storms are also common on this planet, and the ground is made from iron, dust, and rocks. Would a dome be better than a rectangular prism for making a house on Mars?
Yes, a dome would be better. Domes are 5 times stronger and are able to survive natural disasters more than regular shaped houses. Can we use solar panels on Mars?
Solar panels that current rovers use can generate up to 900 watts of energy per one day on Mars. Solar panels would be affected by the elliptical orbit of Mars. For part of the year, the sunlight the rover receives will be reduced, so the amount of power generated would also be reduced. How would we get oxygen on Mars?
A machine called Moxie can make oxygen. It converts carbon dioxide into oxygen by combining the oxygen molecules that make up carbon dioxide. How can we keep radiation from hurting humans on Mars?
Hydrogenated BNNTs are still in testing, but they have a potential to be something that could be key in protecting habitats, spacecrafts, and humans from radiation. Scientists have been able to stretch hydrogenated BNNTs into a yarn that can be woven into spacesuits. How would we get water on Mars?
We would microwave it out of the soil, extract it from underground, or get it from the many ice caps that cover the poles of the planet. In a place called Utopia Planitia on Mars, there is a deposit of water. This would be good for astronauts to use on Mars if they can extract it. Also, it is located in a place that would be good to land.
Excellent video. It won an award, by the way, the video that you just saw. You guys are winning awards left and right. You know, don't let it get to your head. Don't get all big ego now. Harry was misbehaving. Let's give, it's Joe, right?
Yes,
Let's
Joe
give
Jr.
Joe Jr. Let's give Joe Jr. a run for his money. See what he can do.
Okay.
You're still doing better than Harry did.
Normally you're not supposed to break the field.
I don't mind.
Should hang.
Way to go. Oh, now Joe and Harry are fighting now. Do you ever do that? Do you ever have them line them up and have them go at it like that?
No.
No, that probably wouldn't be a good idea, would it?
Yeah. Kind of breaks them sometimes. So.
Yeah. So when you guys are in competition, everybody's dealing with the same setup, right? You have these things, and you have the grid, and you have the thing in the middle.
Mhm.
So everybody's playing on an even field.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. So, you want to go to Louisville, right? You really want to go to Louisville. Yeah. We still got some work to do, right?
Yeah.
Your coach, how short are they on funds for Louisville?
11,000.
So we need 11,000. How do we do? I'd write you a check for $11,000, but it have to be a post-dated 3-party out-of-town check. So that's not going to clear the bank. So what do we do? How do we guys get that 11 grand?
Donations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some.
Do you have like a GoFundMe page, or can we just get a hold of you? I mean, people want you to go to Louisville, but they want to give you money. So how do they go about doing that? You doing fundraisers, anything like that?
We do fundraisers, and some people sponsor us, I guess. But one of our sponsors is called the Benevolent Night at Pybus. It's on April 10th.
April 10th. Okay. How do you like Coach Weigard? Do you like her? She okay?
Yeah, she's really fun to work with.
Yeah. Is she a cheerleader, helping you out and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Do you want her to go with you to Louisville if you get the trip?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever been in an airplane before?
Yeah, I have.
Have you? How about you?
I have, but
Okay.
not alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good, because that means you'd be flying the plane, and then I would be worried if you were on a plane by yourself.
Oh.
Yeah. See, told you I was smart. Real quick, Coach is not on screen. Coach, how do we get a hold of how do we get you guys money? What do we do?
Well, we're going to have a fundraiser. We're going to have more information sent out. We have we do have a Facebook page that we will put information out. You can find us at FMS Robotics. If anybody wants to make a donation, they can bring it into Foothills Middle School and just tagline, robotics. And if there's any businesses that are willing to work with us, they can get a hold of Aaron Hansen at hansen.a@wenatcheeschools.org.
Let's make this happen. Now, the trip is the last 3 days in April?
The last 3 days in April, yes.
So there's got to be a deadline. At a certain point, you got to get your tickets and the hotel room and all that other stuff. So.
Yep.
So time is up.
Sooner the better.
People go, it's March. I don't have to worry about it now. But no, we want to get it done now. Yeah. So, do you like doing this? I mean, is this something how did you get into this to begin with, the robot building and the competition and stuff?
Well, last year I saw one of the posters that we had at our school to join the club, and I was kind of too late. So this year I really wanted to do it. And it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah. Same question. How did you get involved?
So. I got a paper, and it was you could just go to a camp. So I went to a camp, and then this year I decided to do it.
Okay, cool. Same question. You're the veteran of the group.
Yeah, so I started last year, and I started because I had a friend who was doing it, and she told me it was really fun, and and it was really fun.
Is this your favorite class in school?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your least favorite? What's your least favorite class?
Probably core.
Core? Who's your core teacher?
Miss Yunker.
Who?
Mrs. Yunker.
Oh, she's tough. Ooh, she's tough. What about you? What's your least favorite class? Core. Who's your teacher?
Mrs. Johnston.
Mrs. Johnston, I like her.
Yeah.
She's good.
She's nice. I just don't like the subject.
Yeah, okay. What about you?
Core.
Why does everybody not like core?
It's boring.
It's boring?
Yeah.
So you hear that, core teachers? You gotta spice it up a little bit. Let's get you guys to Louisville, all right? Let's get you kids to Louisville. Let's win some championships. Let's have some fun with this. And don't forget to pack Joe and Harry with you, because that would not be good if you forgot the robots. So, sounds good. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. Notice when they said that, how did you get involved? How did you hear about the Robotics Club? None of them said they saw it on the NCW Life channel. You guys are going to be on TV.
Great.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
That's pretty much it. It's a great house, great neighborhood.
It's great. Sam's still getting used to the idea of moving.
Sam, you play basketball?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. Now I'm thinking you put your hoop right here, and you even got enough room for a three-point line. One of the things I've noticed is that if you got a hoop in your driveway, you make friends real fast.
At Coldwell Banker Levine, our agents don't just understand real estate, they understand what home is all about.
When it comes to accounting, we cover every aspect of it, from our comprehensive range of bookkeeping services designed to help your day-to-day business operations to our end-to-end tax service. From advice, planning, return preparation, and seminars, we offer you the best services with utmost professionalism, letting you focus solely on what you do best, managing your business. We offer solutions for success.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support. And we're back live here from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on this Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz. High clouds, 25 degrees. We're going to give you the weather forecast one more time in just a couple minutes. I wanted to do a follow-up on the interview I did yesterday with the members of the Foothills Middle School's robotics team. They've worked so hard, and they're so good at what they do. We want to get them to Louisville, as you well know. I got an email from Aaron Hansen after we taped that segment, and they're going to be raising money tomorrow night at the Wenatchee Wild hockey game at the Town Toyota Center. They're going to be doing both the 50-50 raffle tickets and the Chuck-a-Puck. So you can do your part. You can go to the Wenatchee Wild game. It's only $10 a ticket. That's a great deal. You can cheer on the Wild, and at the same time, you can buy a 50-50 raffle ticket or 2 or 5 or 12, or you can buy as many bags of Chuck-a-Pucks as you want to help the Foothills Middle School robotics team make it to the World Championship in Louisville. So again, 50-50 raffle and Chuck-a-Puck to benefit the Foothills Middle School robotics team tomorrow night at the Town Toyota Center. And don't forget, Arch Ecker, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, will be my guest on this show tomorrow to preview the next series and then take on the Cowichan Valley Capitals. You don't want to miss that. I also want to do a follow-up on the Bluebird fire, which happened way back on quite some time ago now. You know, it's still kind of smoldering. It's still kind of burning. They're just letting the interior of it burn out. Eventually, the outer walls are going to collapse, hopefully inward. But we got an update from the folks who are investigating it. Chelan County Department of Fire Prevention, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Fire Investigation Team, Chelan County Sheriff's Office, also Travelers Insurance. They've all been trying to figure out what exactly caused this fire. They don't know. Right now it's being classified as the cause of the fire is undetermined. They know where it started, the approximate location of where the fire actually began at the campus of Bluebird there in Peshastin. But they don't really know yet how it started, so that investigation is upcoming. The numbers are rather alarming. 250,000 boxes of pears went up in smoke. The estimated dollar loss for the fruit, $9 million worth of pears. The approximate value of the structure, $8 million. So you add it all up, $17 million in damage to either the pears or the structures for that Bluebird fire. And again, it continues to smolder. Every once in a while you'll see a little flare up because there's still stuff in there burning. So right now, again, they know where it started. They just don't know how it started. We'll have more on this with the news with Grant Olson tonight at 5 o'clock. Let's take a look at your weather forecast one more time. Yesterday at this time, they were promising us sunshine, the National Weather Service. They do a good job, but they've changed their mind. They're saying, well, there's just enough clouds that made it into the Wenatchee Valley before the high pressure system developed that it's going to kind of trap the clouds in there. Not low clouds, not low fog. We'll have some patchy freezing fog in the overnight hours, but we're not going to see a lot of sunshine. It's going to be mostly cloudy skies today, and that's going to cool us down. We hit 46 yesterday with that abundant sunshine. We'll be lucky to get to 40 today. Again, well below normal. 25 for the overnight low tonight. Patchy freezing fog. Lots of clouds on Friday and a high of 41. Patchy freezing fog in the morning and lots of clouds on Saturday. A little bit warmer still, 44. And hopefully, if this weather forecast holds true, the sun will bust right back out by the time we get to Sunday. The temperatures are still below normal. I mentioned yesterday's high of 46 degrees. The last time we got to 46 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley, January 6th. Wow, 43 days in a row now we've gone through with our daily high temperature below normal. I also have one more thing travel-wise on Stevens Pass. At noon today, US 2 Stevens Pass, they're going to close it for avalanche control work in both directions. At milepost 58 in one direction, and milepost 64 the other direction, which is the summit of Stevens Pass. And they're going to, shoot the explosives into the side of the mountain. The snow comes down, they clean it up, and then everybody gets to drive. Avalanche control work is dicey business because they simply don't know how much snow will come down onto the highway. It could be half an hour, it could be 2 hours. The one thing we do know is that they are going to be shutting down. Stevens Pass at noon today for avalanche control work, so you'll want to plan your trip accordingly. By the way, the passes are fine. There are no advisories or restrictions on any of the major mountain passes. They're going to have sunshine today, no snow, so you're looking good there. My guest tomorrow, Arch Ecker, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild. The Wild have moved on to phase 2 of their defense of the Fred Page Cup. Arch Ecker will be in to talk about the Cowichan Valley Capitals and how they pulled off an amazing come-from-behind victory in Game 6 and Game 7 to move on to the second round. That's it. Everybody have a great Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.